Valley Varieties with April Davidson. I'm your host, April Davidson, and we are here today and we're going to welcome Kaden. And she is our guest. She is on the, I believe it's Facebook. Is that correct? We called
That's
you
correct.
through Facebook. And so
with Kaden.
Yes, with Kaden. And Kaden actually has her own show, but she is staying safe right now, staying at home. And so she's here to visit with us and show us some of the stuff she's been working on. And so I'm excited to have her. She's like an awesome, awesome person. And so today I'm on the show. It's Thursday at 4, and I'm usually Wednesdays at 5. And so next week we'll go back to Wednesdays at 5, but I'm just really excited to have her today. And so what do you have in store for us today, Kaden?
Well, I thought I'd do a little bit of bragging and some of the work I've been able to do since I've been home so much. I have a great nephew coming in July, so I crocheted him a large blanket.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love the colors.
Well, try to keep it neutral, so as he grew, and I don't do baby-sized blankets. I always make them bigger.
Of
so
course.
That it can get them to past the baby stage, past the toddler stage. And so hopefully he'll be able to put this on a single size bed through up until about his teens.
I would keep one of those forever. I think that would be my blankie.
And the colors are neutral. So whatever color scheme he goes to in the future, he's able to fit it in and put it at the foot of his bed or whatever.
And so you just recently made that?
Yeah, just finished it up a couple weeks ago.
Oh my goodness gracious. And how long did that take you?
A while.
Yeah, I was going to
I mean, I've been watching TV, watching movies I have not had an opportunity to see. My television bill for all the movies I've purchased to watch. But, you got to do something. I've had a lot of fun with that. And he's got a big sister.
Oh.
And so I did a strip quilt for her.
Oh, wow. You have been busy. That's beautiful.
And this all done with 2.5-inch wide strips that you sew together. And then I put in nice little flannel mermaids on the back.
Oh.
And then just my little thing for big sister.
Yeah.
So this is
a big sister too.
Will cover her a single size bed.
Oh my gosh. I would love to have somebody do something like that for me. That's just so generous. And the time you put into that, that's just so sweet.
I love doing this. I love making gifts. I'm not very good at purchasing, but I always feel like it's a little more from the heart when it's made. And then I make something for me.
Good. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, is that like little like you did little knots?
It strips with just the little 3-lined, what they call it, flower. I got it at Dollar Tree.
Yes.
It's a wreath. It has the 3 lines. It's heart shaped, and I already had. I had the different strips that in big rolls, and I cut them down to about 6 by 1. And then a lot of knotting, a lot of knotting.
I was going to say, but it looks very full and very nice. So, where are you going to put that?
Probably my front door.
Oh, very nice. I love that.
Those are just some of the projects I've already gotten finished. I also had the honor of being able to, I have a girlfriend who is the community outreach person for a senior facility in Visalia, an assisted living, and they've been locked down since March.
Yes,
and the residents, I created 72 postcards and wrote little notes on each one.
Oh my gosh!
And then I made 72. Well, I did in one of my previous parties or guests, where we took plain cards and we decorated with ribbon and buttons. So then we made 72 cards, and I wrote 2 jokes, silly jokes, in
Oh my
each card
gosh. Oh.
and sent those over there. And then I just made little 3-inch name tags. And so each one has their own name. Those just arrived yesterday. So she's putting them on rings so that they can put them on uh, their walkers or however they want to present them. So now they'll each have a name ring with their name on them too.
That, I mean, talk about above and beyond. I just, I would, I'm like speechless right now. I can't believe that you would be so incredibly generous. That's just
Well, I
so
mean,
sweet.
it's paying it forward.
It really is. It really is. I still have the keychain that you gave me on my key ring. Like I love it. It's so pretty. I don't even know if you remember what it was. It was like a little pearl and a little stone, and it has the little tassel on it. It's very pretty. I'll have to show you next time I see you.
I
It meant
like
a
making
lot.
gifts. And one of the things I've been doing, my coping mechanism, because I'm a crafter, is I've really been working hard on um, sending cards out to people. So as they're not getting just bills in the mail or
Right.
getting pieces of mail about COVID-19 or shelter in place or whatever. I've sent out a lot of postcards. I've sent out a lot of regular cards where I've written notes to people, even sent little doodads to them just so people know that there's other things besides in the mail. Yeah, I definitely have helped the post office with their bills this last couple of months.
Yeah. Oh my
But I love
gosh.
sending cards. I like getting mail that isn't a bill.
I don't really care for the bills either. They kind of aren't my favorite.
I think I even sent you one of my little cards at one point, and just to say hello.
Yeah. I'll give you my
And
address. Do you want my address? No, I'm just kidding.
you did. I did send one to you. You even sent me a little message that you got it, and you said thank you. So,
Aw. I'm so
but
sorry. I I space out sometimes. I thank you so much. Yeah. But so I just love the little videos that you send me on the little crafts that I can do with my kids, and I need to get started on some of those because they would just absolutely love to do that. And the costs are just so reasonable and exciting. They're adorable crafts, and my son still has that coaster that you made, and
when you made it, you learned how to decoupage.
oh, that's right, I did, didn't I? That's I'm a space cadet, and he uses it, and it's funny because a couple times his cup has gotten stuck to it, and he carried it into the kitchen, and it fell on the floor, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, it got stuck to the bottom of my cup," but he uses it every single day for all his drinks, and so I just it makes me feel happy that I got to make that project with you, and so it makes me think of you all the time. But you're just such a kind and generous person, and I just know that you'll have like many blessings coming to you, and hopefully less bills. hopefully hopefully those bill people will like realize how kind and generous you are, and they'll go easy on you.
We could only hope. We could
Yeah, I
only
know,
hope.
right? So, so I just was told by you that you have an entire craft room to yourself.
Well, when our daughter moved out many years ago to go to college, and well, she came home for a little bit and then she left again, I took over her bedroom. And my husband knew how desperately I wanted my own little space to do my own. He got tired of also seeing my stuff spread out when I was in the middle of a project.
My
Whereas
life
now with a
story.
room, I could close the door and he doesn't have to see it anymore.
Right, right.
So he did. He was so generous. We got some kitchen cabinets from like Lowe's and
Okay.
put them against two walls, and then Formica counter on top. And I gutted the closet and put in some shelves. And recently, not well, a little while ago, I put pegboards up so I could put some of my sewing stuff, my quilting stuff, easy reach, scissors, easy reach, the stuff I use all the time.
Oh,
And one
that's
of the things I've been doing since I've been home so much, is literally cleaning out the cupboards in the closet and redoing the closet, added some new shelving to make things a little neat. I've been purging too, getting rid of extra craft supplies.
Yes.
Which will pay for my new shelving.
Right.
And just get myself a little more organized.
Yes. Organization is awesome. I unfortunately don't carry that trait.
Well, this is a little bit of my closet. And that used to be just jammed packed of stuff.
Okay. So you're getting
took everything
it in order.
out, put in some new shelving, and which I don't know if you can see very well. And then I've got one more shelf coming in. I've got one more wire shelf coming in.
Yes. Okay.
And just reorganizing and purging. And then above me, I got to redo my wall. It has my sewing stuff and my scissors.
Oh,
so
look at you got your sewing
reach.
scissors hanging there, and
there's my quilting. We had talked about supplies that you should always have.
Yes, we went through your kit.
This is a lot of supplies here. And then on a break, I'll stand up so you guys all have to see. I'll show you something else I made for my hot glue gun.
Oh, yes. I'd love to see it.
I have been just making things left and right, doing projects, finishing projects I had started and getting those shipped out, and then working on projects that I've been wanting to, that have been on my list to do.
Aw, that's so awesome. And then I wanted to mention too, and I told you a little bit ago, with the light behind you, you look like an angel. It looks like you have a halo. You just look so pretty. But
you.
yeah, I love your organization. I should come over and take pictures of your organization and use it as
all the containers in there have labels on them.
Oh my gosh, yeah,
So
I bought
know
labels
exactly
today.
what's in the little plastic stuff.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I bought labels today, and I bought some bins, and I'm hoping that I'll get organized. I hope they just don't sit there. But I'm really trying. I'm really trying hard. So we'll see how it goes. But any advice I can get, I would really truly appreciate. So
Well, start putting everything in big piles, and then you break the piles down, then you break them down.
that's a good idea.
You put small stuff together. I found through trial and error putting a lot of stuff in one big box, and even though I have everything labeled on the box what I have in there, I have to dig stuff out so I don't. Whereas if you have everything in one little container, and you have go to Dollar Tree,
That's
the
where I
99
got them
cent
from.
store.
That's where I got them from.
The 99-cent store, and buy lots of the little containers, and the small ones, and the smaller boxes, and put the like things together in smaller containers.
Right.
It can look a little busy, but it is much more organized, and especially if you have them labeled. I have 3 label makers.
Okay.
And I am technically out of tape. I am waiting for
my
Amazon order to come in tomorrow, so I have more tape so I can finish labeling some of my projects.
Right. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm a little CDO.
Yes, and you say CDO instead of OCD, and why is that?
Because it has to be in alphabetical order.
That's right. Of course it does. And that's a really OCD person right there. I love it. And so when I try to get organized, I bought these shelves. They were on sale at a large retailer, and they're really nice. They're about 4 feet high, and they have like 4 shelves or 3 shelves or something like that. And so the ones that I bought today at the cheaper retailer, they I think are going to fit like perfectly. So I'm really excited. I can't wait to try it. I'm going to try to do it after I pack up a set of dishes I sold last night. I was really excited. And so do you ever have trouble like giving away a craft that you make? Like when you like make something so beautiful, you're so generous. Do you ever have problems like letting go of anything?
Not usually. Usually when I'm making something, like I made my stepmother a necklace for Mother's Day.
Okay.
That had 3 different chains, 3 different lengths on it, and each
wow.
chain had its own little. I was really pleased with it. Sometimes I'm more pleased with some of the projects one year for Christmas for my daughter for fun, I did what I called a naughty necklace.
Oh,
And I had like 4 different kinds of chains, and there'd be knots where maybe 2 of them would be knotted together, and then there'd be 2 different lengths.
wow.
So it ended up being from about here to almost past her mid stomach.
Wow.
And there was about 4 different knots where the chains would be purposely knotted together, and then there'd be little charms on a couple of them. Just kept it simple. And I believe her manager ended up finally conning her out of it.
Oh, no. I bet you were devastated.
Because she loved it so much. She just made my daughter feel so guilty over it. But so there's sometimes I get pieces I'm really pleased with, or I like the blanket I made for my great nephew to be and his sister. I'm really proud of those. And really happy to see them going to homes, because I know that their mom, my niece, is going to be just over the moon with them.
I believe
and
that.
So it makes me feel good when sometimes you get projects that they're okay. And I'm not an artist. I am a crafter.
How
And
can you say
one
you're
of the
not
things
an
I have
artist?
to get over, an artist is a little more, they measure things. I eyeball my measurements. I not a master of any, but a crafter of many.
Okay.
And I like just making fun. Like I've been learning a whole new craft called chalking. I finished my first project, and I've got supplies coming in to do my next ones. And I'm really looking forward to learning how to do chalking. You want to see?
Oh my gosh. Show me, show me, show me, show me.
And it's done with a form of, not quite a stencil, but it's done with chalk paint.
Oh my
And it
gosh.
says, be bold, be brave, be brilliant. And what's really cool is that I still have the form, and I have a little bit of paint left over, and I can make more of these.
Where did you get that? Is that a board?
It's like it's on a chalkboard sort of thing.
Where did you find that at?
I found this woman online who does a whole business, and she has a whole product line, and I've started getting into it. And I might become one of the designers who actually starts teaching people how to do it and sell the products myself.
Oh my gosh, that would
really
be
pleased with some of it. And they also have an ink line, so you can do shirts and flags. And it's I just had the word and it went out in my mind, but it's not quite, it's a little different, and I'm really enjoying it, and I like the freedom of it.
I'm really, I'll be your cheerleader. I'm going to encourage you to do that.
You'll have to learn.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I'm going to encourage you to do that. I would love to take a class or whatever it is that you're going to do with that. I would love to learn that.
It's a form of silk screening forms.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
With chalk paint.
Okay. When I was a kid, my dad made this huge, he was a master of like a lot. He made this huge silk screen machine. It had like 6 different arms, and it would actually like go up and down. He could silk screen like 6 different t-shirts at a time. It was crazy.
Well, these are done a little bit more.
I know. I don't know why I thought of that right now, but
What have you been doing to cope? Because you got kids at home. I just have my husband.
I do. Well, let's take a little commercial break, and then we'll get back to that, because that is a lot going on with that.
I bet.
Hi, we're back, and we were just getting ready to talk about how we're coping with all this shutdown stuff. And oh my goodness, it's been a little bit of a wild ride, at least for me. How are you dealing with it?
Well, I'm just staying busy and cleaning and purging closets and.
That's right. We just went through all that, huh?
But the kids at home, trying to educate them at the same time.
Oh, it's so hard. Like right now, my son, they send home his grades each week, and right now he's only doing his math for some reason. And me and his dad, when he goes to his dad's house, he takes his laptop and stuff like that, and then he works on it at home too. But for some reason, he doesn't understand that he needs to do more than his math. I don't know how to convince him that he can't just do his math. So he has a really high grade in math, and he's got like D's and F's and everything else. And he's 12, and so he just doesn't really understand. And so I'm trying to get him to understand. And he his teacher called him the other day, and so he talked to him, and so I think that that helped a lot. And we're gonna
I would
he
imagine that would help.
yeah, so he got set up on Zoom, and so he got a little bit of the Zoom, and so he can get on there every day. The teacher does a little lesson, so we're gonna start doing that so that he can at least get some stuff going. And then my daughter, she's doing everything except for PE. She, for some reason, her kneecap has moved to the center of her leg, or not the center, but the side of her, the inside of her leg, and so she can't do the PE part, but she's doing the rest. And she has a brace on it that's supposed to pull it back to the center. But the main thing I'm struggling with is the food issue. Dang, my kids eat a lot of food when they're home. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm shopping like every other day, and I'm not supposed to leave the house. So that's the only really hang up I have, but I have a really pretty mask. So
Now, what grades are your kids in?
they're going to be in high school. So look, my glittery mask.
Wow. Whoa.
So I get to go out in style. Like everybody knows that it's me being flashy and everything like that. So my daughter's going to be a freshman in high school, and my son's going to be a seventh grader, and so they're actually 14 months apart. But my son he's really small, so we let him do pre-K and K, I guess, and so he should actually be in eighth grade, but he's so small that we went ahead and kept him in another year, and he's still really small, so he's a little bit older than the rest of the kids.
Yeah, but it gives him an extra year to physically get more
Caught up.
comparative, so he's not.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And so, but I think they're gonna have to do something when they go back to school to prepare all the kids, because I heard I'm not the only one struggling.
Yeah, I know my daughter's got three kids at home trying to
Oh,
help them with all of their schoolwork. My oldest granddaughter is graduating from the eighth grade, and then the other two are in the fourth grade.
oh my gosh.
And it's been hard. It's been a challenge
Yes.
helping them. And she and her boyfriend, they're self-employed.
Oh my
So
gosh.
working, and they have employees, and even though they've had to lay off quite a few, they still have to work. They have contracts they have to honor.
Mm.
So they've been working and with the three kids. So I know they've had a few challenges too.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think the hardest thing for me is the stay at home. I'm a go, 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 go kind of person. And the first thing I did was go buy a new car. And I wasn't even supposed to leave the house. And so like I went in there, and you can't shake their hand. You got to do the elbow bump thing. With a 6 feet distance. So it was just really weird. And so I bought a bigger car for my kids since they're growing. And my daughter was so angry with me for getting rid of my little car. She wouldn't even come look at it for 2 days.
I loved your car. I bet she was planning on taking it over.
I think that might have been what it was, and I would have let her, but then I would have had a second payment if it was, or I would have had to pay for another car, and she's scared to drive. I don't think she's gonna want to drive when she turns 16. I think she's gonna wait till she's 20. because she's a
Oh,
scaredy
wow.
cat. I don't know if it's my driving that's done that to her.
We're not going to say that at all. We're not going to suggest it.
No, exactly. But my son, he's doing really well other than just doing his math, and he struggles with a lot of anxiety, and so he has OCD and anxiety. He's been diagnosed, and so he comes in and counts our dogs like 8 times a day. It is a struggle. We try to work with him over it, but that is like a lot of personal information, and I haven't shared that before, but it's something that we struggle with in my house. And but he does the best he can, and we do the best we can with that.
Yeah, and I'm sure that you've learned, yeah, and he has learned some coping mechanisms too.
Yes, he
You just
doesn't
have to
cry
make
as much
practice
anymore when one
over
of the
time.
dogs is outside. So
Well,
they're
if you
just
ever need
getting a
someone
drink
to
of
talk
water.
to,
Calm down.
I can totally.
So,
But if you need someone to talk to,
yeah.
you can always
So,
give me a call.
oh, thank you so
And
much.
you
Yeah,
can
thank you. I
share some
appreciate it.
settings.
Yeah, it's
And I've
just
learned,
trying
just
to
taught
get.
myself. I grew up in the era where there was no such thing. Um, you weren't hyper, you just were an out of control kid.
Right,
Or
right.
so I developed some coping mechanisms.
Yes.
And so I'm more than willing to share them with you and your son.
Oh, thank you
Um,
so much.
and I was so, mine got, what I did is I ended up focusing mine on schoolwork that I actually finished high school in 2.5 years
That's right. You
with a
told me that.
3.68
You told me that.
GPA
That's
because I
amazing.
could literally study two subjects at once.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
but those were part of, my coping mechanisms. So
And
yeah,
he's
not
he's
always a healthy one, but that's what I did.
he's so smart too. Like, well, both my kids are very smart, but my daughter, she's like, and then, but my son, he's very smart and wants to do everything right. And they're both artists. I wish I should have brought some pictures or displayed some pictures of their art. I just can't get over what they do. They like make me birthday pictures and stuff like that.
You've
And
shown me some of his work. It's gorgeous,
yes, yes.
very detailed.
Yeah, and they just keep getting better and better like every day. I'll have to show some maybe like on one of my shows. But they just they're amazing. They're amazing kids, and I just couldn't ask for anything more. They're quiet. They don't disobey. Like, I don't yell in my house. Um, I don't feel like I don't feel like
Lucky.
I'm living a normal life. I feel like I feel like they should be fighting and I should be yelling, and but I'm not. It's not in my house.
Wow. So, so what are you doing for yourself?
I'm actually doing a lot of like online sales. And so I sell a lot of stuff online. And so I pack it and ship it. I have two sites that I do it on. Um, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to say it, but I do Macari and OfferUp. I have two sites that I sell on.
I do.
You do which
Well,
one?
some of my craft supplies fit Macari better.
I like Macari too, but lately I've been having really good luck with OfferUp. It's really weird. It varies, and I post stuff every single day, so I make sure that people see my site.
There you go.
Yeah. So and I double post them, and so I just make sure that I pull them down as soon as one of the items sells because I don't want to double sell it.
That would be a little hard to send the merchandise out.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah. So you said you sell stuff on Macari?
I doing my purging. I came across a lot of cross stitch kits, and I don't do kits anymore. But when I started doing this about 40 years ago, I used to use kits.
Okay.
And so I sold off a lot of my kits because I really don't need them. I don't use them, and they are gathering dust. And so I sold them off. And Macari was, I think, because the clientele for Macari a little bit better. Though I did sell some through the Facebook Marketplace.
Okay. Yes, that's where I've gotten
Stuff
some
I
really
post there
great
too.
things.
In fact, I just started a Facebook page for 559 craft de-stash
I
because
got
I needed to focus it with people who are crafters to sell their stuff or buy their stuff instead of having to weed through furniture and automobiles and everything else. And it's just craft supplies.
I
No
got the
finished
invite.
product,
I
just
joined.
supplies.
Yes, I joined today.
I start watching that and moderate it and possibly get somebody else to help me with it. But that way it just makes it easier and start selling some of my supplies that way too.
That'll be great. Yeah, I think is that what you sent me an invite to this morning?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, I joined already. So I'm on your side. I'll see what stuff I can put on there because I've got tons of stuff.
There you go. There you go. It's just, it's been kind of, I've been a bit of a hoarder, I'm realizing, with my craft supplies.
Me
I have so
too.
many interests in different crafts. You always got to get little stuff.
You're like
But
me.
I'm finding it very freeing, kind of letting some of them go.
Yes. You kind of get your hands into everything.
And I feel less guilty when I go buy something now because I just made money as selling off something I knew I was never going to use.
Right.
So now getting to the chalking, I've got somebody to help pay for my new shelves, but it also helped pay for this, what they call try it kit.
Yes.
And so I can try it out and see if I like it. And I do. So
Then you don't spend the $200 getting the whole thing, huh?
Yeah, I wanted to try it first.
Yes.
Experiment a little bit. But
Exactly.
I've got a couple of boxes now set up. And I'm going to start posting things and selling things off.
Okay. That sounds like fun. Yeah,
So I'm clean.
I really enjoy it. And then, you get excited when you see people interested in your stuff and sending messages, and I just get really excited about it. And so I like to ship it off rather than meet people. Like, I don't really care to meet people in person. It's just really kind of odd. So I'd much rather ship stuff off. So then that way you don't have to deal with the person in face to face. So
Clovis Police Department, their headquarters, they have with cameras. They have a couple of parking spots that a buyer and a seller can park at. And there's cameras, so you've got security. You're in front of a police department, and you can exchange the properties and the monies and then go your own separate ways. And for me, there's a sense of security in doing that too.
Okay, maybe I should check into that because it's just really uncomfortable. I'm like, it's not like I'm selling like items that like they're going to try to rob me or anything, but I mean, I have a car that they might want to take or phone or something. I just don't feel comfortable doing it in person, so I just much rather ship it to them. But so that's how I'm kind of dealing. Like I said, the food issue has been like a little bit hard, but we're dealing the best we can.
Have you done any cooking for the kids?
Yes, and sometimes at 2:00 in the morning because we are flip-flopped right now with our schedules. We stay up till like 4 or 5 in the morning, and then we sleep until like 11 or 12, and then we are up all day. So we kind of have our schedules a little flip-flopped right now.
And I know that that's one of the things that the girls have been doing more is helping out more in the kitchen or actually taking over a bit meal cooking.
Oh, yeah.
And it's been, it's good for them. I mean, it's just independence, but it also helps out being stuck home all the time.
Yeah, that's what I need to teach. I need to teach my kids a little bit more. I kind of baby them a little bit, and I know that sounds bad, but I mean, I only get to be a mom once. And so it's like one of those things, like I want to do things for them, but I know that they need to be self-sufficient at some point in time in their lives. And I know I'm being like, it's kind of like one of those things that it's not that good that they're still not cooking their food.
Well, part of it is that they haven't had to. I mean, I know that my daughter, she learned a few of the basics, but she didn't really start cooking until she was on her own. She had to.
Right.
But the best thing you can do as a parent is give your kids wings, because you're giving them roots and you're giving them a connection, but give them the wings. Allow them to spread them.
Yes,
That's
you're
the hardest
right.
thing to do. It's the best thing you can do as a parent.
Yes, I agree. So maybe I'll just teach them and then just continue to do it for them. I don't know. I'll figure something out. I love just taking care of them and doing it for them because even if they wake me up in the middle of the night, I'll get out of bed and do it. I know that,
Nice.
huh?
You're nice.
I know. Like I like to take care of the kids and because this is my only opportunity to be a mom and I only have so many years left and I just want to take advantage of every second.
And you're giving them wonderful memories, April. And really, it's a real gift being able to have that.
I hope so. So, but yeah, I definitely should make them a little bit more self-sufficient in some ways. But
It's a good time to do it.
yeah,
And
right.
time for you to
age.
spoil them.
Yeah, I was like 10 years old and I was making my own macaroni and cheese and stuff like that. So I don't know what I'm doing with my kids. So, but other than
Just don't forget to take care of yourself.
yes, and so
Do something for you.
you're right. And I think the shipping and the packing is really therapeutic for me.
Okay.
I get really excited when I like post things and make sales. And so, I think cause I started my own friendship bracelet business when I was like 10 or, in second grade. So I was like 7 or 8 and I charged 10 cents per bracelet. And so I've always been like a little salesperson and it's funny. And so now I feel like I'm actually doing what I really want to do. And so it's exciting. And then, I got my talk show and everything like that. And so I just get really excited. I'm doing stuff that I never thought I would do. So that's exciting.
You're putting yourself out there, giving yourself an opportunity.
Yes, I sure am. Yeah. And so, so besides your crafting and stuff like that, how are you? You're pretty much staying at home all the time? Are you going grocery shopping or how are you doing all that?
My husband does most of the grocery shopping. Sometimes I break down. I'm on medication. I'm on immune suppression medication.
That's
right
what
now.
you were saying something about that. Tell me, if you don't mind, would you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, it's for a couple different reasons. I have black psoriasis, which I've had for over 30 years.
Oh my
and,
gosh.
I guess the stress and I don't know, it exploded really badly. And we tried
Yes.
which is already an immune suppression unit. It's disease.
Right.
It is a blood disorder.
Oh my gosh.
It's a blood disorder. So when I'm in full blown out, I'm already susceptible to every little germ. But they finally broke down and put me on actual medication to help me because it had gotten so bad,
Oh.
which is total. It even suppresses my immune system even more.
Oh, Kaden.
I've had 2 treatments and I've got 3 more to go, and I go in and then hopefully get released to once a month treatment.
Okay.
But and then I developed a little gastrointestinal issue, and I going in for I had a contrast CAT scan last week, and I had blood work, and I get to go for more tests in the next week or 2 because they're checking my intestines. Apparently, is maybe an issue.
Oh my gosh. That must make you
So-
nervous dealing with all that and then having to go to the doctor's office.
Oh, most of it is done over the telephone. I gone in only a couple times through all of this. It's been done pretty much over the Zoom,
Oh, that's
which is
great.
really crazy
That's great.
because they really don't want me out and about.
Mm-mm.
And I kind of got a huge lecture on it last week when it came down to putting me back on this injectable medication I'm on right now.
Right.
That I had to. I did sneak out yesterday.
A naughty girl.
For a little bit because I had to.
Where'd you go?
I went to the hardware store.
Which one?
not Ace Hardware. I can't think of what it's
Harbor
called. They're over
Freight?
here by my home.
Harbor Freight?
No, Harbor Freight. No, do not let me in Harbor Freight.
I
can
know,
go
right?
totally crazy.
That's where I would go nuts if I had money.
Where are you? What's your first thing you're going to do when you are totally released and can go out and live a full life? What's that one thing you really, really want to do and you're going to somehow make it happen?
I just want to go camping somewhere really nice.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm gonna go camping, and it's gonna have like a bathroom, so I don't have to do stuff in the woods.
Like camping? No.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
That's me. I'm taking off for the beach next month.
Oh, very nice.
It's a campground that we go to. I'm hoping is open. We have reservations.
Okay.
And I'm hoping it's open by the time my reservations come up, because that's my 60th birthday is next month, and I'm really looking forward to being at the beach for my birthday.
Okay, what birthday?
My 60th.
No way.
Oh, you're so sweet.
I thought you said 50th.
Yeah. My 60.
Oh my gosh.
And then when I come back, you're supposed to be joining me because I'm gonna have a karaoke party.
Oh my gosh, I'll be there. I won't sing pretty. I will be the worst one, but you guys can just laugh and we'll just have a blast.
You have to have fun. It's a matter of having fun.
I have fun. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. So,
but yeah, no, going to the beach, that's my big thing right now.
Okay, well, I hope that turns out for you. And I've really, really, really enjoyed talking to you today. Like, I'm so glad that we get to keep in touch. And I was just wondering if there was anything else you'd like to add today. We've had such a great conversation, and I've just enjoyed this conversation so much.
I know you're taking care of a lot, raising the kids by yourself, but it's really important that you do take care of yourself.
Thank you.
I
put makeup
really
on
promote
today.
Self-care.
Yes.
But you're not going to be any good to the kids if you're not taking care of yourself.
You're right. You're right. I'm doing the very best I can, I promise you.
And you can always call me. You have my phone number.
I do have your phone number. I texted you like crazy today.
I'm just glad I was home.
I'm
easy for me to do it.
I'm glad you were home too, and thank you so much.
Thank you.
I look forward to talking to you soon, okay?
Yes, we have to get together very soon.
Oh, very nice. I would love that. We can go to Applebee's again or something when they open.
Okay.
Oh, maybe we could get like curbside and go sit in our car and eat.
Hey, it works for me.
It works for me too. So I want you to have a great evening, and I can't wait for you to tell me the response of your niece when you send that package out to the kids. And I just want you to have just a special night and sweet dreams. And thank you so much for joining me tonight.
Thank you for having me. I will always be here for you as much as I can.
Thank you so much. Okay, that's all we have tonight, you guys. And thank you for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the show. And again, we're going to turn back to Wednesday at 5 next week. So we're always looking for guests. So go ahead and give us a call. You can reach us through centralvalleytalk.com. And we're looking forward to talking to you next week. Thank you so much. Good night. We're going to turn back to Wednesday at 5 next week. So we're always looking for guests.